This is my upgraded Razor MX500. I made a video about 9 months ago with all the upgrades, and since a lot has changed since then, I figured it's time to do a new one. This thing's an absolute beast, but let's get right into it.
That's right, guys. This thing is an absolute beast, and I figure there's no better way to talk about it than just by riding it and showing you while we give an overview of the bike. So guys, the bike itself, let's start there. This is a Razor MX500, obviously a kid's bike made for kids. I bought this on Amazon for $4.99 at the time. I could have bought a used one, and if I could go back and do it again, I probably would buy a used one. But for whatever reason, when putting the kit on the bike, I don't know, I just wanted a new bike. If I was spending all the money on the kit, I wanted a new bike. But if I would go back, I probably would just do a used one that I could find on Facebook Marketplace. It is a damn freaking beautiful day out here in Philly. It's gonna be a beautiful weekend. Hopefully get some more riding in. Woo-hoo-hoo! Come to a stop here. Not necessary. So, the kit itself, I have the Electro & Co. Extreme 11 kilowatt EC4P motor paired with the True Moto Noisy Cricket controller. So this gives you all the adjustability in the world. You can adjust the power, you can adjust the throttle aggression, you can adjust the amps, literally everything in the app. It's super, super cool, super simple, super easy to use. It even has a speedometer built in, so you could mount it up here and use it as a speedometer if you wanted to, which is just an added bonus. Guys, I'm also doing this all off the top of my head, so if it seems out of order a bit, I'm sorry. Let's get a hand drag though. Woo! Let's get another cleaner one. Oh baby. And we kept the front wheel up. So the kit, Extreme kit from Electro & Co. 11 kilowatts, absolute beast. Does around 60 miles per hour, if you can believe it, on such a tiny little kid's toy, and the torque is freaking nutso. Now with all that power, you're gonna wanna have support for the bike itself. So I have suspension done all around. These are the Electro & Co. V2 fork kit, the hydraulic fork kit. I used to have the V1s. Once they dropped the V2s, I got these. So you absolutely need this because the stock forks are just like little pogo sticks, and they really don't do anything. They just kind of bounce up and down, make a lot of sound. So these are great, dropping wheelies, hitting jumps, hitting trails. It feels great. In the back, I also have a D&M shock, which pairs well with the front forks. So those are the biggest things I think you really need to upgrade. Once you do the actual kit, you absolutely need to get the suspension, because it just sucks riding the bike with that suspension, that stock suspension. Plus it makes the bike a lot smaller. Now, in addition to the front forks, the rear shock, we also have, if I can get my kickstand down, an extended swing arm. I have it installed upside down, install it the other way. But extended swing arm is so necessary with this additional power. I feel like it makes the bike also just look cooler. But most importantly, if you're getting on it, this thing pulls up the wheels so damn easily. So if you have the stock swing arm on, it's gonna be like super sketchy, like loop it everywhere type sketchy. So you absolutely want the extended swing arm as well. And this doesn't have any negative effects for wheelies. I know some people worry like, oh, it's not gonna be as good at wheeling, it's gonna be harder. Obviously it's not. I can obviously wheelie it same way, no problem whatsoever. So don't worry about that, but it makes the bike look sick, makes it perform so much better. Like, look at this. Wheelies for days. We can even speed this thing up. Just rip down here. That motor just sounds so insane. Now with that tire sound we just heard up front, I did replace the stock wheels. So I put on the RSF 650 wheels. These are just direct bolt-on swap from the RSF 650. Now, if you do run these RSF 650 wheels with the Electro & Co. fork kit, you just need to get adapters. You can buy them with the fork kit. Whoa, geez. How did I almost fall? It's like wet paint. But you can buy them with the fork kit. You obviously need them if you want to run the RSF wheels. But the RSF wheels are a night and day difference for wheelies. Like, it's almost a necessity. The stock wheels bend super easy, like the stock spoked dirt wheels. So if you're dropping the front wheel down on wheelies a lot, you're gonna bend them. And they just don't, you know, they're made for kids. They don't last that long. But the RSF 650 wheels, if you just pump up that PSI, they perform great. And it's such a smoother ride for wheelies. Just makes it so much of a better stunt bike. But yeah, so that's the wheels. Another thing you guys will notice is these bars. And again, this is all out of order. Sorry, not sorry, this is all out of order, but these bars, actually they look a little bent from when my buddy Brandon looped this, but these are Pro Taper XR50 Mini SE bars. And again, I'll leave all this linked down in the description. But these are a necessity too. The stock bars are like this wide, so making these wider helps a ton with wheelies as well, because it helps you better disperse your weight, and it's just more comfortable, especially if you're a taller guy. You know, if you're not an 8-year-old child riding this bike, you're gonna want wider bars, so that helps a lot with wheelies too. Watch this bus in this car. Now, since we're talking about the bars, oh, look at that one-hand pull-up. Let's talk about brakes. You can get Zoom brakes with the Electron Co kit. I don't recommend them. They kind of suck. I still have a Zoom on the front because I barely ever even run a front brake. But brakes, I have Magura MT5s. I tested out pit bike brakes and they sucked. I hated them. Was not a vibe. I didn't like them whatsoever. The feel wasn't there. Magura MT5s, these are like 120 bucks, and they work phenomenally for me. So I did have to rebleed them once, but outside of that, they've worked great for me. So I highly recommend these. You can run them on the Zoom discs that you buy. If you like buy the Zoom brakes and then decide you don't like them, you can still use the same 160 millimeter rotors. It's just like any standard 160 millimeter rotors you can buy on Alibaba. They're the same, but it works with just the adapter that the Zoom brake kit comes with. But if you don't even want to buy the Zooms, you just have to buy this 160 millimeter disc. It's on Amazon, Alibaba, everywhere. The Magura MT5s, they come pre-bled, and you just need to buy this little adapter so it all works. But I have a separate video on that you can watch. Let's try and get a stand up here. So far we've covered 1 foot stand up. A little sketchy. We can do 2 for now. So far we've covered power. Oh, we actually didn't cover battery that I now realize, so let's go back to that. Battery on this bike is a 76 volt, 20 amp hour battery. I always recommend try to get the biggest battery that can fit. I wish I got the 7624 because that would have given me more range, but this thing does great. For the most part, I've taken it to every mega ride. I've done the whole mega ride wheeling the whole time. No problems range-wise whatsoever. So it's honestly worked pretty good. But if you can splurge and get the 24 amp hour, it'd be better because you're just going to get that little extra range. That's always nice. You know, you're never going to complain about having more range. So 76 volt, 24 amp hour battery. And as we drop back, let's see if we can scrape. We can. And we should probably not stop in the middle of the road like that. But that brings me to the next mod, the next random mod. Totally out of order. 50 stunt 12 bar. Basically, I reached out to 50 stunt. They told me it wouldn't work. I disagreed. And they were right. But I bought it anyway. I used all these U-clamps. I have a separate video on that, on this install. It's cool. It looks cool. It's more of a foot hoop. I've scraped it maybe once. Doesn't really work great to scrape, but it honestly just looks kind of cool, so that's good enough for me. Makes it look even more like a stunt bike. Now, with the chain, I also have a welded freewheel from Belts and Shit. So welded freewheel, dude, I was like against it at first. Basically the freewheel it's like a bicycle. So if you're pedaling and you coast, the wheel keeps spinning so there's no resistance. But if you have a welded freewheel, it's like engine braking. So you get actual engine braking, more similar to that of like a Sur-Ron or a Talaria. And that helps a ton for wheelies. There's no floating like on a pedal bike. So you definitely want to weld your freewheel. Performance is way better. It's way more predictable. And it just like, I don't know, I feel like it's way more responsive. So use code FREEWHEELIE for I think it's 25% off. Pretty big discount from Brian over at Belts and Shit. Code FREEWHEELIE will get you 25% off that. And again, everything from Electron Co, if you use code ConnorG, will get you 5% off. And also a proceed of that will go to the channel. So if you want to support your boy and get some cash off, use code ConnorG, and everyone's happy. Woo! Yo, what's up? Who's saying my name? What's good, bro? How we doing? Are you going to that ride out?
Yeah.
What time is it?
It starts at 3:30.
Oh shit, okay. Yeah, but they're not leaving till like 4:30, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I'm trying to make a video on this thing right now.
Okay.
What's your name, by the way?
They call me Smoke.
Smoke? All right, bet. Look at that thing. Yeah. Good seeing you. Yeah, for sure. You too, bro. Yeah, you too, dude. Okay, so anyways, back on track. I forgot there's Corey and Lowman have a ride out today to go to, I think it's like some new chicken place. I don't know if I'm gonna go though, because I have a buddy visiting. But anyways, back to the point of this video, the walk around. Another thing I guess I have is this Psych Plus GPS. I don't recommend it. It doesn't work well. I can never calibrate it correctly. So, you know, it's here, but I don't even use it. Shocks, brakes, RSF wheels, welded freewheel, T8F kit. We have the stock plastics on. We did CRF 50 plastics before, but we went back to the stock because they just fit better. Oh yeah, I do have a custom foot lock right up here, which that just helps for wheelies and specifically one-handers. So like if you're locked in on the bike more, you can one-hander a little bit easier. So we have that. That's all custom done. Whole video on it, obviously. I think that's mostly everything. Oh yeah, one other thing that I forgot to mention is I have a Guts Racing seat cover as well. This is also a big wheelie mod. So all the mods I do really are just to help me wheelie as best as I can. But this just helps you in keeping your ass locked in, so you're not sliding back. 'Cause the stock cover is kind of like leathery almost, so you slide off super easy. So just throw on the Guts Racing seat cover. It's so cute, the little mini one on the Mini. But yeah, guys. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them down below in the comments. Again, use code ConnorG to save at checkout. Let's not get hit by a car. 5% off your order. Some of the proceeds will go to me and the channel, which is amazing. But yeah, any questions, leave them in the comments. DM me on Instagram at ConnorGmedia. And otherwise, guys, I will catch you next time. Peace.